Yeah, hello Premier League fans. There's always a special feeling in the air heading into a weekend when Liverpool take on Manchester United. It's the biggest game of all in the Premier League, that is for sure. And we've got the preview and the tip for it coming right up. Plus, Arsenal against Newcastle United. There might just be an upset in that one. And Tottenham against Sheffield United could be tasty as well. So those are the games coming up for you on the preview shortly on the Betfair Hub. Make sure you check out the A-League prices as well. Some really good value and some handy wins in recent times in the A-League. But on the exchange, the Premier League markets are the ones you need to check out. The A-League as well, and everything else that you need in the world of sport. As always though, gamble responsibly. Let's get into the EPL. Well, I've seen the North London derby, I've seen Sunderland against Newcastle, I've seen Chelsea against Tottenham, Chelsea against Arsenal. Nothing is better and bigger, let me tell you, than Liverpool against Manchester United. It keeps the world captivated, and they go head-to-head yet again this weekend at Old Trafford, so we can't wait for it. Look, Liverpool have dropped off. They're in the battle for a Champions League spot, of course, not the title, so maybe the status of the game wanes a little bit in terms of importance this time around, but it's still a match that you cannot afford to miss. And the prices for it are really interesting. Liverpool's slight favourites. That's only because Manchester United take on Roma in the Europa League in the lead up to it, just 3 days before. It's a tough game, a Europa League semi-final that might take a little bit out of United mentally and physically. But Liverpool right now just don't seem to have the confidence to go to a place like Old Trafford, the way United have performed this season, and take all 3 points. That late goal against Newcastle at home just showed how fragile they are at the moment when it comes to seeing out games. The belief is just not there. So even with the short turnaround from the clash with Roma, I think United have enough belief. Both of those games are at home, so they stay in Manchester to get something from this game. So at the price, I'm going United win or draw. That's my tip. I don't mind the draw either. I reckon there's some value in that one. I just feel as though it's a bit too big of an ask for Liverpool to win it. On a personal level, I'd love them too. Just not sure they're up to it at the moment. So United, win or draw, that's my tip in the biggest game of all in the Premier League. Newcastle United against Arsenal, such an interesting game. Newcastle unbeaten in their last 4, in really good form. They're coming off that late equaliser against Liverpool at Anfield, and they've proven, I think, that they're not just about surviving. They want to keep this run going and finish as high as possible in the Premier League. Arsenal, void of confidence. After a little lift mid-season, they've dropped back into the form that saw them languishing in the relegation zone to start the season. They haven't won in their last few, and they seem to be lacking some belief at the moment under Mikel Arteta. So at St James's Park, I like Newcastle United at the price to get something from this game. Newcastle win or draw. They are really good value in that sense. And don't forget, Arsenal are coming off a Europa League semi-final as well. Short turnaround. Then they've got to go all the way up north to take on Newcastle United, who would have had all week to prepare and are feeling really good about life. Newcastle United, win or draw. It's such a value play at that price. Tottenham against the already relegated Sheffield United, who have been paltry in the Premier League this season. Spurs, disappointing in that League Cup final, didn't really fire a shot against Manchester City, but they have been better overall, I think, as a unit over the last few weeks. And their interim manager, Ryan Mason, I think will see this as a perfect opportunity to lift everyone around the club at home against a team that really is thinking about life in the Championship and just wants the season to end. I think Tottenham can have some fun out there. The likes of Heung-min Son and Harry Kane might get back into some goal-scoring form and have a day out to give everyone around the place a lift. So look at Spurs to cover a -1 or a -2 handicap in this one. Maybe the half-time, full-time double. Look at some of those options to place on Spurs. Obviously, straight out for the win, they're a bit too short. But -1, -2, half-time, full-time double. They'll win this game. It's a matter of by how much. And I think they'll have the right motivation, and their form has been good enough to have a good afternoon out. So enjoy getting on the Spurs bandwagon in that one.